This is a safe project.
Sounded like you said no.
Maybe I could use 3 or 4 different languages, 9. Yet, it's not going to. We're going to finish on time.
It's similar to what Sting did on Jimmy Fallon.
On location, till we run the nation. Beastie Boys always on vacation.
So this song got us like 880,000 views on Twitter, which is huge for the Jedi.
Your president speaking, and I approve this message.
Vegas Raiders, just win, baby. The team, that's we want to hear, because there's a lot of people that are very upset that the team is moving. Are you guys happy about it moving or not?
Well, I love the Raiders. I follow them, like I'm saying. I mean, I was born in Mexico City. I followed them when Jim Plunkett, Lyle Alcedo, Marcus Allen, and then following them to LA, back in Oakland.
Al Davis, John Madden, Greg Papa, and Derek Patton. These Pirates can save, but always will be. Oh shoot, I don't have my.
Okay, let me see.
No, which one am I using? That's right there. Is this working? I have 2 right here. These don't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike?
Which one? Both these ones?
No, this one.
Happy Tuesday? Yeah, happy Tuesday. I'm listening to
Trash Day Tuesday.
Trash Day Tuesday. 2 days till Manhattan, you guys. So I'm like all out of the sorts down. Like, what is it? Oh my goodness. 2 days till Manhattan. I leave on Thursday morning, so I only have today and tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday. And 21 days of no drinking alcohol today. So that's 3 weeks. Which I'll go to New York. So, but I think this is gonna be my last trip drinking. I don't think I'm gonna drink in November. I decided. I think this is good. So this will just be the last time I drink. I don't like this thing up and down. But anywho, I'm feeling great today, and 2 days. Let's go. It is the most beautiful day. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Like for a second, I forgot what day it was. Because my brain is already out of that for sure. All right, I'm gonna do my push-ups, and you guys think I have these shorts? $7.99 Amazon. They're cheerleader shorts. I was like looking for something that I was like, I'm not hearing. I was like, when I was a cheerleader, I looked at Softy. $7.99. That's shorts. Or all right, let's do some business. I'm feeling really good today. Very good day. I'm excited for New York. Very excited for New York. Oh wait, no, I can't. I can do some notebooks. You guys gotta watch the sunrise. This is fun. Look at I want to do seconds.
Here, you can set microphone today.
I want to see beautiful sunrise unless it blocks their view. Does it block their view?
No, it's good.
It's kind of beautiful right now. Yeah, that's too nice. Okay. Really beautiful day. It is so nice out today. I don't know where to add all my energy because I'm going to do my push-ups. But, ooh, that was good. You feel the burn, like a little bit like, it's not a burn necessarily, I mean a little bit, but it's more like you feel Richard explained this yesterday, it's like a centripetal force. So you feel the force flowing through your arms after you stop doing the nunchucks. So it's hard to describe. It's like, ooh. It is the most beautiful day in Las Vegas right now. I'm sorry, I'm like just overwhelmed by the beauty of this day, and it's really nice, like the temperature. It's so crazy in Vegas. So it was still kind of hot yesterday, I guess it was like still 106, but what's happening in the mornings, our mornings are like insanely cooler than they were during summer. And it just happened like literally like September 1st. It's so crazy how they have that, the calendar. It's pretty accurate with the seasons. At times it seems like, wow, beautiful. Normally the sun is just so intentional, but we get these gorgeous clouds today. Clouds are rare in Vegas, so we enjoy clouds in Vegas. I think they said that potentially maybe some rain today. That would be fabulous. Rain is good in Vegas too. Although it floods pretty fast here when it does rain. But yeah, 2 days till Manhattan. And I'm excited, but it's getting harder and harder to like kind of really be like present in Las Vegas right now, because like I keep waking up like all through the night, like just thinking of things like I don't know, just like think it's something I need to pack in my bag or something I need to take care of around the house before I leave, because I try to get everything kind of like set up as good as possible before I leave, as far as like cleanliness. I mean, it's not the best, but as clean as it can be before I leave, and as much like supplies that they like, I make sure everybody has like trash bags and laundry detergent and dish soap and and shampoo, conditioner, and things like that. I don't want toilet paper, paper towels, things like that, where you don't want it to like, or like, things like in the kitchen, things like olive oil or something. You don't want, as soon as I leave, them just run out of everything. Even though Rich does the shopping now, I'm always the one that kind of like makes the list for the shopping. So, it's easier if the stuff that doesn't have to run out right away is full, And a lot of stuff we get from Amazon too. So I'm like we were waiting on an order of toilet paper coming in, and we just got to order paper towels and an order of trash bags and things like that. So, because it's lame if I left and then everything, they're like, oh, I can't wipe our bums, or and I got to immediately run to the store or order things from Amazon. Luckily Amazon can come the same day, so it literally comes the same day. Things like that. We order a lot of our supplies on Amazon. I think Gloria thinks we're getting all these like cool things coming in like gifts. It's just supplies. It's like huge boxes of toilet paper, huge boxes of paper towels. All right, let's do, since this is so pretty over there, but I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of behind the clouds now, but it's just the most gorgeous morning in Las Vegas. So I want you guys to appreciate the morning a little bit before we go do some push-ups. So let's go do some push-ups over here. I think we got enough of that. Beautiful. Oh yeah, thank you, here you are. We're gonna do little push-ups. Okay. What a great morning. I'm just overwhelmed with the beauty of this morning. So for those that are new, wonder where the new pair of shorts came from. $7.99 Amazon. Oh yeah. Watch out. It's just like, you can just throw them out and get a new pair, a different color or something. Yeah, that's a great idea. Like when they get crappy, because they're at least $7.99. You wear them. I'll probably wear them for like a year at $7.99, but that just a long time. I can't be on this thing. I don't want to keep it going right on that thing. Do I have more room to go backwards? Okay. The crack on them. No, I'm gonna go this way because I don't want to be right on this thing. I keep doing that. There we go. There we go. That's right. There we go. Yeah. Is that good? All right. Okay. Forget it. I'm back up. I'm gonna forget it. Sorry, guys. Trying to find a good spot to do this, but this is the floor right here. It's got this big like crack right in the floor. And that's fine. All right, let's go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, now don't bag on me for my push-ups. I know they're not the best. I'm not going like all the way down. I'm doing the best I can after. It's 21 days. No alcohol. Whew, let's do some crunches. Sorry it took so long. I don't like this right there, but that's kind of the spot to do it, so whatever. Just like move the camera on. Keep moving. Alright, I'm going to do my 200 crunches. So 100 was my legs up down the middle, and then 50 each direction. Oh, hi birds. Oh, the birds are flying by. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 89, 100. Man, my brain is in so many places. I'm like, am I even counting properly? Like thinking about so many other things. Like literally, I'm already thinking so much about my trip. So I'm in the middle, like, what number am I on again? All right. Now I'm gonna do 50 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And then 50 this way. And then we're going to do some nunchucks. I always talk saying we. I've been doing that for a long time. I will do some nunchucks. Excuse me. Let me comb my hair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32,
33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Sorry, my brain is so far away from this right now. This is very bad. It's hard to even focus on working out right now. I'm like thinking about so many other things. I'm getting excited. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I don't like that I'm probably gonna drink. That bothers me. Irritates me. I don't have to. This is irritating. Alright, I'm gonna do some nunchucks. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's already, bro. Oh, what did I say? Okay. Turn it all this way. Back to the beautiful, beautiful Vegas. Back to the day.
Testing.
Okay, I'm doing my nunchucks. Alrighty. I don't even think I'm gonna need the umbrellas today. It's so nice out here. Alright, I think I need to move you guys because I think I'm gonna go over that way a little bit. Oh, here he comes.
Here you go.
Here comes the risk.
Here, switch me mics again.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna do my nunchucks and you.
I think this one's working now.
Okay.
I like this one better too.
We're always checking out which mic works better. Uh oh. Little thingy came out. Oh, hold on. Little thing came out. Okay, I got it. Little wind protector. Alright, yeah, right here's good. Oh, hold on. My ring got in the way. I'm gonna do the little nunchucks. I'm gonna do the little nunchucks. Little guys out here. Little creatures. Alright. I am good. Woo. That was good. Good workout today, everybody. Okay. Now, pop a squat. I'll fix your camera in a second. Hold it. Yeah, everybody. That'll work. Rich to the rescue. Yeah, I don't think we need the umbrella today. Let's get my head. That was a good work. Ooh, I felt it burn. Oh, that'd be nice. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Now it's in front of that bush. Yeah, and just turn my chair a little bit. There we go. Now I see where they turn them at the places, so you're not like legs open to the audience. So Richard finally got some water. Yeah, and they still are not very many options, but he got one of those 36 packs of the Crystal Geyser that he got Like these remind me so much of New York, because me and Rich used to buy this size waters, but they were the Poland Springs. But we would always buy these. I remember when we lived in New York. So it's funny that you got that today, because we never get that size here in Vegas. It's a good size when you're in New York to get like that. I often get that one in there. So yeah, I'm going to New York on Thursday, you guys. Tomorrow is my last day. Like, tomorrow's my last day in Vegas, pretty much, because Thursdays barely counts. I mean, I'm only going to be here like early morning, and I'm going to be just packing. I'm packed. I'm saying like putting the last things in my bag, you know, like fully finishing the packing and getting ready. And in the morning before a flight, I get up so early here to get like everything done. Like, I always clean the bong before I leave. I always, you know, clean up Casper's litter box before I leave. I always vacuum before I leave. I always make sure to do the last of the laundry before I leave. I always do the dishes before I leave. You know, all these things, I gotta make sure I tidy up everything before I leave the morning of, so that it's, you know, as nice as it can be before I leave. I just won't leave it without being that way. I don't know, I'm just OCD like that. So I want it to be like as nice as it can be, as bright as I leave. And everyone's been doing a good job of keeping the house nice while I've been gone. Last time they did a great job, but you know, I just have a certain level that they like it. Rich is always like, you know, we do okay, but with you, it's just, you just do it so much nicer. So I they do appreciate me a lot when I'm gone. I haven't told Annette yet, because she's just in the best mood right now. And she always gets a little bummed when I tell her I'm going to New York, but it's like 2 days away, so I'll have to tell her tomorrow. I'll tell her tomorrow. I figure I'll wait till the last day. Because last time I told her earlier, and it kind of bummed her out, and I was like, I don't need to bum her out early. No reason for that. So, anyways, 21 days today, no alcohol. The last time I drank was in New York, August 12th, and now I'm going back September 4th. And I'll probably drink then. Irritating, but I might not. I don't know. Let's see how I feel when I get to New York. But I do have a very strong rule of no drinking in Vegas, and I'm sticking with that. And like I said, if I drink in New York, this is gonna be the last time. I don't want to drink in November. I'm just done with it. It's getting old. I don't like going through the withdrawals. I don't like being worried I might do something stupid. You know what I mean? Because when I'm sober, I mean, I used to still yell at people, but now I don't do that anymore. Sober, I don't yell at people. But when I drink, I worry that I might. And things like that, you know? That's the biggest thing. Not like anything. I don't... Besides accidentally hurting myself, you know, like being a klutz and kind of yelling at people, those are my biggest concerns for when I drink now. And so I don't feel like having to worry about that, you know, like every trip. So like I said, I was either going to end at this trip or the November trip, but it's going to be this trip. I decided, I'm like, I just don't feel like going through this again. I'm just done with it. Like, I'll go through it one more time, but then it'll be for good, you know. Like when I come home, I'm just coming home to then get sober for forever. Not just like till the next trip. So that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be way better. Oh yeah, that'll be way better. Okay, yeah, let's totally do that. I didn't even think about it that way. I always say, well, let's totally do that. It's like, I was talking like the whatever person would be saying we. But anyways, I'm sorry, I just got really excited about that because when I come home, then I can just finally have like the countdown for real. But I won't do it forever. I'll just do a countdown for however long, and then be like, all right, now I'm sober, great. So I don't have to keep doing this back and forth. Great. Oh, I'm excited about this. Okay, cool. Okay, actually, you just really brightened my spirits thinking about that. Because I'm like, okay, if I drink this trip, that's gonna be it. That's it, done. And then when I get home, I can just get sober, you know, and not be like, well, hello. Are you serious? Well, hello, there you are. Could you guys see that? Can you see how close the button got to me? Did you guys see that? You see the bunny right there? Well, hello there. Bunnies love me. Animals love me. I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about myself. I mean, animals always loved me, but I didn't like know like that was a thing. And then no, animals like really love me. Like people were always like, "Oh, are you?" Clients always ask, "Are you okay with dogs?" Oh yeah, definitely. But then their dogs like they won't leave me alone. The dogs like adore me, and they're like, "Oh, geez, dogs do like you." Yeah, animals really like me. I don't know. I have been around animals most of my life. My mom was not a big fan of animals, but my dad is. And my dad likes animals more than people. 100%. His cats are way more important than his children. I mean, my dad lost his mind when his cats died crying, and he could give a crap probably if I did.
See him again. You can give him this.
Could you see it on the thing?
No, we couldn't see him. In case you see him again.
Oh,
couple things. Mark Fusion says good morning.
Oh, hi, Mark Fusion. We love Mark.
He says good morning.
Oh, hi, Matthew G. Hello, everybody.
Shano from Australia says hello.
Hey, Shano from Australia.
Daily Meanderer says good morning.
What was it?
Daily Meanderer.
Daily Meanderer. Hey, Daily Meanderer. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Paul Moss.
And Paul Moss. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome,
And
welcome. And you love and okay, welcome, hello everybody, welcome everybody to everybody in the HFF community. Good morning, everybody. It's a fabulous morning in Las Vegas, one of the best I've seriously ever had, in the sense of like, because just kind of like the peacefulness of like just being up here and then being out here exercising in the morning. Like I don't know if I've done that particularly in Vegas like that. You know what I mean? Like outside in the morning like that. Like this is new. So this is actually a new experience for me, because we used to go to the gym in the mornings, but not outside. And I remember we go to the pools when it was really hot, sometimes like around like 8 a.m. But this was not like this. So this is like really cool experience. So thank you, everybody. I'm glad since I've been doing these vlogs, I've kind of like gotten myself out of the house more, because I have a tendency to stay in the house, because we don't go anywhere. But I don't have to stay in the house. I can be outside, you get what I'm saying? But when it's too hot, you don't want to be outside. So during summer, we really hole up inside, and then it just gets like, I think get a little depressed just like staying inside and staying indoors. So, this weather is just like really making me happy. But it's been helpful since I went to New York, honestly, that otherwise I probably would have gotten a little stir crazy over the summer here. So I sometimes feel bad for Rich, because he gets kind of stuck in the house quite a bit, and I at least go to New York. But I think it's good when I go, as much as like everybody misses me. I think it's really good too, because I mean, there's 4 people that live in a small house. So when I leave, now there's 3. That actually is a little more manageable in the house, as far as space. So I have that 4th person. So I think it's it's a good thing, when I go to, for everybody, for me and for them. Like I don't know, everybody gets a little space, because I'm a big being in the house, in the sense of like I'm not quiet. Like I don't, I'm a big presence, I guess you'd just call it. Yeah. I'm not a subtle presence in the house. So when I leave, I think there is, a little bit with it. I like where Richard and Gloria can like hang out together, because they are the blood relatives too, and I am the married one. So, and then, it's good for me to get to spend some time in New York, because when I left New York in 2022, I was really depressed, because I didn't want to leave New York, but I couldn't stay either. Does that make sense? So when I say like Richard, like, kind of like made me leave because I needed to, I was very ill, but I didn't want to leave. I was so sick. Like, as far as like my health, like I was so skinny, because I had gotten really bad in my eating disorder. And then when you're in New York, you also just don't eat that much, because you're working so much, and you're also exercising by not meaning to, by like taking the subway, or like we were moving hotels like almost every other day, or every couple of days, or at least once a week. And it's a lot of physical like exertion, and I was working all the time. And we would walk, to the Whole Foods and then carry back all of our food, things like that, all these things. And I got so skinny that when I look at the photos, it's they're probably, I can barely post those ones ever. I do once in a while, I was like, oof. And poor Richard had to like put up with like me like not taking my health seriously while I was there, And so he's like, we just have to go back to Vegas. And so I really didn't want to, and I was really sad. And that's why I was really upset when we first got back to Vegas, because I really didn't want to leave New York. But I probably would have died if I stayed in New York, because it was just the pace of New York and stuff. So that's why when I go, it's kind of cool because I still get to go. But by 2 weeks, I'm like done, because if you've never been to New York, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you've been, then you know what I'm talking about. It's just like every day is like an insane day. Like every day is the most exhausting day. Like you feel like you did so much, even if all you did was just like walk around. It's something about New York. And then 2 weeks of that, you're just like, whoa. So I actually love having this contrast right now, going to New York and then coming back to Vegas. But it's not going to be forever that way, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm really trying to treasure it and appreciate it right now. But yeah, in 2 days I'm going to be in Manhattan. A little nervous, like I said, because I'm staying at all new places. Sometimes I'll stay at some new places and some that I've stayed before. This is all new ones. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, because sometimes I like hotels, sometimes I don't, So if you've stayed at one, then you kind of know if you like it or not. Does that make sense? But if it's new, then you're like, I hope I like it. But I always like staying in new places too, because that's how you find out about, like, I thought at times like, oh, this is the best hotel, I don't want to stay at another one. And I say another one, I was like, oh, this one's better. You know what I mean? And it might not be a difference in price. It's usually according to availability. And the prices do change, like, totally. Like, not every hotel. Some hotels are, like, astronomically expensive. Those would never be in my budget. But there's a lot in a range of, like, where they go up and down. Where the same hotel can be really expensive certain times of year where I could never afford it, and then other times of year I can. So it just depends. So you just look on the, whatever app you're using, and, like, according to the time of year and, the price of that time and availability, different hotels pop up. So there's always like new ones that I'd never even heard of before. I don't even know how many hotels are in Manhattan. That'd be an interesting question. I'm sure you could ask probably one of the, what do you call them? Your AI things. I'm such an old lady about that. It's starting to sprinkle on me. Oh my gosh, I felt a drop. That'd be fabulous. I would love it right on me. I refuse to use the AI. I know it's bad. I know it's helpful. I know it's fabulous, but I don't know. I'm an old lady about it. Say what? Oh, okay, that'd be great. Thank you. It's starting to drop rain on me. I felt like 3 drops now. Yeah, I hope. 3 drops. 3 drops are on me. I might get dunked on. That'd be fabulous. But yeah, so I really am happy we have it. I know it's helping a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know. I'm an old lady, but I'd rather just like go to Safari and search something myself, than ask the AI stuff. But everyone, oh man, that stuff's getting crazy. Richard makes these awesome little things that you take a photo and the AI changes it into a video. And they make like an AI person. Oh, those are hilarious. He makes them of me all the time. Those crack me up. Those things are getting funny. They kind of look like me, kind of not. But, it is funny. It's a funny video. Because they take your photo and then they turn your photo into videos, and they have some sort of AI person that's supposed to look like you do the action. I don't know if you guys see it. It'll be postable. It's under hilarious. I guess Dark Uncle had one of them that he liked. They're pretty funny. But yeah, so the Mets won yesterday. Oh yeah, and we thought we lost all of our bets because we do it online. I'd actually thrown out the one. I thought we lost that one. I was like, oh, that's a loser. And then it didn't matter because we just print them out. It's not like the slip. It's not where you have to keep the paper. This was all online. We just Rachel printed it out for me so that I can like check it off because I like that doing it. But I thought we lost, but actually Rich won. So I was like, oh, that one was a winner actually. Good. Because there's been so many hits and home runs lately, but I've just been picking the wrong players. Like, oh well, just shows that's not what we should do for a living on any level. It's funny, if you do start winning too much, people will think, oh, I should do this for a living. And it's like, no. I mean, there are people that do that, but no, that's the funny thing is you can win for a while and then you can lose for a really long time. But like, you know, we just do like for $5, you know. I only bet $5. And I don't bet every day. So we did not bet for several days, luckily, when they were losing. It worked out. But yeah, we bet yesterday and they won, so that was great. And, I'm all pissed off at Big Brother. Of course, the guy didn't put up Rachel Riley. He put up, which I like Rachel Riley. I don't know, we've been watching Big Brother for years. Actually, I never watched Big Brother until I met Richard. And then Richard got me caught up on all of the seasons of Big Brother. So now I have watched every season of Big Brother US, and I've watched a lot of the seasons in the UK, and a lot of the seasons in Australia, and a couple of the seasons in Canada for Big Brother. Yeah, we are Big Brother fans. And every season I go like, oh, I'm not going to watch these idiots or something. And I'm like, oh, I can't stop watching. Because we watch the live feed, so we just turn on our TV and watch it all day. Like how you guys watch our thing, I guess. I guess that's how we kind of know that people are into this watching, because we will watch they walk around the house, you know. Now it's a little bit more, I feel, staged with the live feeds, where they're always kind of like talking about game, and unless they just always are doing that, always, which I guess they could be. But back in the day, it was a lot more where you just kind of, people weren't always talking, you just watched them kind of doing nothing. Now they're always kind of having them do something. It seems like when the live feeds are on, it's a lot more. No, but it used to be a lot more, you know, not any sort of, I feel like now everything, like every reality show is no longer like reality like it used to be, you know what I mean? It's like staged reality a little bit. Even the ones that they're in a house and it's supposed to be weird, because I feel they talk to them on some level, you know, and tell them things to do. Because I know they're like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It just changed, because it used to be you didn't feel like there was ever any like much guidance from anyone else, and it was just these people going in the house and they were just living their life. Now you feel like there's like producers and stuff talking to them and stuff, you know what I mean? But anyways, this is the most fabulous day. I don't know if it's gonna rain on me, but if anyone is in Las Vegas and you haven't been outside, go outside, because it's like the wind is so nice. It's kind of like, these days rarely happen in Vegas, so we really have to like soak them in, because usually it's not that comfortable to be outside in Vegas. Really, even if the sun's not, it's just it's dry. It's not, where today it feels like more like New York. It's almost like, get ready for New York. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So yeah, and that's been doing so good, because we've been letting her coffee every day. Actually, we've been letting her go get it herself, or Richard goes when they go to the coffee shop, when they go to get food. But she really enjoys going herself and walking there, and we've been giving her $40 for her to go get the 3 packs of cigarettes and then get her coffee. But then like, so yesterday she did that, so then yesterday, later in the day, we gave her another $20, so if she wants to go today, and she does that. So we couldn't give her that money early on, because she would go walk downtown and get on meth with any money that was given to her, even if it was $2. And that's how far we've come, you know, 2 years now. She doesn't even think about that. So we can literally give her $40 and not even worry about it. And she goes and she doesn't lose it. She used to lose money too, which was annoying too. When you have a short amount of funds and then she's dropping $40 every day, you know, it's like annoying. Because Gloria would give her like $40 and then she would drop it, you know, and it's like, you know. Oh my gosh, there's a rainbow over there. No way, it's so pretty. Oh, I can see it, you guys can't see it, but there's a rainbow over there, but I haven't even had any. They must have some rain over there. Oh, rainbows are so pretty. They really are. Just such a beautiful thing. It's like so crazy that it does that, you know? Some things in the sky are really phenomenal to me. I'm just like, it's neat that it does that, and then we get to appreciate that. In Vegas, we get some of the best sunrises and sunsets. That's one thing me and Richard have always loved about Vegas. You know, you put up with the summer, and then there's just some really nice days in Vegas, though, you know? So there are days that are really nice, but like I said, those are fewer days in the sense of like where the climate is just feels like really comfortable outside, because even when it's not hot, it's often very dry. Like today feels very comfortable. This feels like New York almost. I guess because there's some moisture in the air. That's why it feels comfortable, because it's raining a little bit. That's what makes the difference, is that little bit of moisture in the air makes the air much more comfortable. Just something about it when you're sitting and you're just like, and it's just like this block of like dry heat. It's just like, even if it's not hot, it's just like this dry like air. But today is just like, oh, I'm like ready for New York. This is how New York's gonna be. I can guarantee, because it's September in New York. Oh, couldn't be better. I actually feel really blessed to get to go in September, because that's usually, I would have thought, the most expensive month, but we found out it was actually October and December. September is right there up with October. Actually, the end of September is as expensive as October. So I was right. It is September. So I'm going in the beginning of September. Otherwise, it's too expensive. It's like it doesn't make sense for me to go, because the room rates are so expensive each night that the amount I'd have to work would just be ridiculous. So it would just make no sense. And that's how it got when I lived there. Like the room rates would go up to like $500 a night. That's too much. I can't do that. It's too much. So it happened to us a couple times, and then it was, no, I can't. So that's what it is like in October and end of September often, you know. It's too much. So I'm just excited I get to go, because September is the best month. Everyone is always told me. So for many years before I went, I always, when people say, you know, if they were from New York, I'd be like, oh, I want to go. Or, you know, if they say, where do you want to go? What's the word? I always say New York. And this is before 2021. And, because, you know, my mom is from New York, Long Island. And my grandma was from Queens, and my grandpa from Long Island. They've all passed. So when I go to New York, it's very like significant to me. But I always want to go, and people would say, oh, you got to go in September. I remember they would tell me that. Oh, you got to go in September. So I always heard, you got to go to New York in September. And, you know, I've actually only been there once in September when we lived there. Now I think about it, because I didn't ever travel there in September. It was too expensive before. And there was just this fluke little window of time that it was a little bit affordable at the beginning of September. That's why I went so soon. I was going to go towards the end of September, but it was more expensive then. But it's going to be cool, because I'm going to be there for, like, I'm saying this, just like 3 significant events too, like of like in our family is Richard's father's passing, which is 9/6. So his is 9/6/11. That's why Gloria gets confused, because his is 9/11. But it's a 9/6/11, you know. But if you say the month and the year, it's 9/11. And then 9/11 is going to be while I'm there, which I want to go down the memorial. I'm going to really try to go down there that day. I'll be bummed if I don't get to get down there, like if I end up being too busy with work, because I could get down there at some point, I think, even if I'm working on that day. I got to get down there and at least kind of film a little bit for the memorial. And then I'm going to be there for my brother's, would have been his birthday, which is September 15th. And so because I come back the 16th. So it's kind of cool. I like being in New York for those kind of things. Like I was there November 18th, which is my mom's year. I don't know if I'll go November 18th this year, but it is kind of cool whenever I can be there, because New York is very much like a ghost town, you know. I mean, there's so many people that have lived there and have passed there, you know, there's so many entities there, so it's just crazy energy there. So I'm trying to work on enunciating better. I am such a mumbler. Oh, God, I mumble. I don't know why I mumble so much. I don't know. I think I'm lazy with talking. I think I was talking to Rich about that. I was like, I think when I became a stoner, I think I maybe got a little bit lazier with my speech. Also living in Oklahoma. So I was raised by a family that was all about like proper speech, you know? And then when I moved to Oklahoma, when I was in the Air Force, I started kind of like talk like a redneck and a hick and a cowboy or cowgirl. And my family was not a fan of that because it's kind of, you shorten words and things a lot. And you kind of mumble, I think. I think that's kind of where it came about. And then the other thing was, like I said, when I first was on Periscope, everyone was making fun of my teeth so much. So I started talking where I was covering my lips with my teeth, or covering my teeth with my lips. Vice versa. So that they wouldn't like see me, and then it made me like mumble more. I realized. So I'm trying to like stop doing that, Joy. Open your mouth to speak. Still don't like my teeth, but whatever. It is what it is. And get over it. When you're young, it's much more impactful when people are saying really harsh things. When you turn 40, you're like, nah, yeah, probably most of it's true. You know, like, you're old. Nah, okay, yeah. Your teeth's like, yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. You know, you just gotta, yeah, what they're saying is probably true. It's true. But, you know, you don't need to take it in everything. But some of the things you just learn to accept. Like, you're not gonna, like arguing with it. I know, I have great teeth. No, you don't. I do not have good teeth. So it's, you just start to accept certain things that you can't change. But you don't let it, like, sag you down, you know. Just be like, that's just you, you know. Everyone wants to be like this perfect thing, but what's perfect and like what is everyone has like this image of what they think a perfect person looks like, but everyone's image is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love when people think like they're like, okay, people have put the Barbie doll thing. Well, Barbie doll couldn't even stand up if she was a real person. The way they made her feet and stuff in her misproportions. But like, it's just weird. Okay, but Barbie, I don't think was like necessarily like the best looking thing. It was a doll. So it's just weird. Okay, people say, okay, these actors. But those actors were just people that people found attractive, and then that just became the thing. But it's like, doesn't necessarily mean that's the epitome of beauty. You know, I mean, we've decided, you know, that Jennifer Aniston is gorgeous. We've decided, you know, that some of these, you know, certain celebs are beautiful, you know, forever, you know, those ones, you know, and she is, but you know, if you analyze everything about her, she has a lot of things that she didn't like about herself. She didn't like her nose, you know, she didn't like, you know, she actually struggled with, you know, her body. She, you know, her body changed a lot throughout the years, you know, so she, you know, I don't know, she struggled with eating disorders, but she definitely, her weight fluctuated a lot throughout the years. And, you know, so it's like we just have, we put up these people as the image of the perfect person of like, we want to be like them. And it's nice to have models, you know, because they can be good examples of like what to wear and how to do your hair and maybe how to do your makeup. But when we think we need to be exactly like that person, I mean, you can kind of want to like I like to like, I'll like use Hailey Bieber's, you know, style and kind of emulate myself a bit off of her. Not as much anymore, but back in the day. But I don't want to look exactly like Hailey Bieber. Does that make sense? I mean, there's certain things I prefer about myself over Hailey Bieber, to be honest. You know, certain things she has better than me, you know. She's got this gorgeous face, my goodness. And skin. My goodness. I've never had great skin. It's getting better. It's actually getting better. I realize it has a lot to do with nutrition. Like, I think everyone deep down knows that, but like a lot to do with nutrition. Like, because I notice when I drink alcohol in New York, my skin gets really bad fast. And then when I don't drink alcohol, my skin gets much better. And same with like the sugar, like when I consume sugar, because I do the, you know, the protein diet, so I don't do the sugar. Very light sugar, you know, but when I start, if I cave in and do sugar in New York or even the sugar from the alcohol, then I notice right away my skin and hair and nails and things like just become less healthy, less pretty, less like, I don't know, like bright and like vibrant, you know what I mean? Like you come like more dulled down, and I find that I get really dry skin. What happens like in New York, if I drink, then like several days into it, I realize like my skin has gotten like really dry because I haven't maybe manicured myself like properly like I normally do, in the sense of like, you know, I normally put on, you know, a face cream at night. You know, well, if I pass out from drinking, I'm not gonna put on a face cream at night. You know, things like that. You know, maybe I'm being a little bit shorter on my, you know, on my hygiene of like, not hygiene in the sense of like your cleanliness, but more like the hygiene of the extra stuff of like, you know, where you put on extra, you know, maybe creams or things like that, you know, and maybe in the morning you put on, you know, I have some different creams I put on, and when I'm being lazy, I just put on like one, and other times when I'm, you know, then I have like, you know, a couple of different ones that I put on, you know, according to maybe what my skin needs at the time, you know. But when I'm being lazy, I just, you know, throw on something, and, you know, and I just get lazier with my hygiene. Does that make sense? What I really notice is I get bad about brushing my teeth, because when I eat food, I always brush my teeth. But sometimes I forget to brush my teeth after drinking alcohol, which alcohol has the sugar and it's sitting on your teeth. So things like that. So then you wake up and you're like, oh gosh, I didn't even brush my teeth before bed, and I went to bed with all this alcohol in my teeth. So the thing, you know, you forget to floss as much, things like that. Like some of your, like, because what happens is you're now doing an addiction, and so the addiction kind of takes over. And when, you know, I'm home, I start to notice when the addiction goes away, I start to just really, you know, maybe paint my toenails, you know, lotion my legs more, you know, things like that. Like, now I'm not saying like I always shower. I'm like a big shower. That's even when we lived in a cave, I tried to get a shower as much as possible. I mean, we were taking a shower at least every 3 days in the cave, because we would go somewhere, if not more. I was like, nah, and I gotta sit there in my own filth. Not gonna happen. So we would either go to city pools, and we would use their shower and not their pool. They've now made stricter rules. Or we would go to this truck stop that it was $14 for like I think it was a 30-minute shower, but me and Rich would share it. So we would get fit, but you had to hold the door. You weren't supposed to do that. Like, there's only one at a time, but then you had to, like, you know, hold it because it locks. So then we'd have to be waiting for the next person. The other person would go in, and then you get like 15 minutes in there. Those were the best. But then also some people, you know, had let us shower at their places. We have oddballs out there, you know, and just different things. But yeah, I refuse to be dirty. Well, I'm feeling great here, unless that's in their eyes. Is it in their eyes? Because I can sit over there. I can sit over here. Yeah, no, I can sit over here. Because there's no reason for me to be over that way when, yeah. Yeah, I like this. Isn't it fabulous? It's because there's moisture in the air. No, it's fabulous. Here, I can actually sit in the middle here. It doesn't really matter where I sit now. So wherever's the best for the camera. Let me get my water though. I love these big waters. Yes, I really love this video. Oh. I realize that's why they turn their chairs, because you can't be sitting with your legs open. Oh no, this is fine. I'm fine right here.
That works. That's great.
Right.
We have a lot of options today because of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Scooters is here.
Hi, Scooters.
And any other big conversations coming up? Because you talked a lot about your teeth. You seem so about it. They're wondering. He wonders, well, why haven't you gotten any sort of orthodontic work done?
For one thing, that's super expensive. And that was why when I was a kid it never happened, because it was super expensive. But as an adult, I decided I didn't want it done because I don't want a big mouth. No, I don't like it. My sister got it done and her jaw is huge now. I don't like it. It looks weird. And then she had to go 2 years with the most horrific braces I'd ever seen in my whole life. She's like drooling. It was horrible. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself in that. Well, my dad paid when we were in our late times. He said he would, like in late times. When we were in our mid-20s, my dad offered to pay. So it's like, you know, like my sister got it done when she was like 27 or something. It's like
Matthew says he said those are some very baggy shorts you've got on.
Baggy?
Very baggy.
Oh, joking. Sarcasm. Laying on pretty thick. So, she wanted them done. My sister, Sarah, wanted braces her entire life, and my parents couldn't afford them. So, as soon as my dad could afford them, my sister was like, oh yeah, I'm getting them. She didn't care how old she was. But I was like, nah, I'm too old now.
I was saying this, okay? Great, your dad paid for them, but the fact that she came out with a square, big mouth jaw is on the orthodontist. You can get a better orthodontist and pay them and tell them he made a mistake.
We can't afford it, you guys. Everyone else has like serious dental issues, like where, oh, they're free? How are braces free? On what planet are braces free? Oh, what dentist you're going to? Not the one I go to. No, I'm not interested. I have no desire for that. I don't care. It's the same. People want all these perfect teeth. I find it actually stupid when people fix their teeth, to be honest. I mean, unless it's a necessary thing. I know they say but like, it was cool when people had like different teeth. Now everyone has the same straight white teeth, perfect teeth, and like big ass mouths. I don't like it. Everyone has these just ginormous teeth. Can everyone stretch their mouths out to fit their teeth? Oh my gosh, look at all these hummingbirds. I'm just being surrounded by the wonderful nature community. Hummingbirds are just spinning around my head. And bunnies are running right across me. Couldn't be better. Bunny came so good. Could you guys not see it? Oh man, was it zoomed in too much? I wish you guys could see. He was about a foot away from me. He didn't have to go right there. He chose to go right there. He chose to go within like a foot from me where I was sitting, and like he could have gone anywhere. He could have gone behind the camera. He could have gone behind the bush. He needed to pass. He didn't have to go that way. He like passed right in front of me to say hi. It's very sweet. Almost could have touched him. Probably almost would have let me. Wild animals love me. Casper. Oh, listen. Oh. I really miss Casper when I'm in New York. Like, I really miss him. Like, it's. I have a hard time seeing video or seeing him when I'm in New York because I'm just like. But then I also do make Richard's show, and to be the same token, force myself to see him because I want to see him. But then I go, oh, and I'm like, I get really sad when I'm in New York and I see Casper. Like, I'll be like feeling really good in New York, like having a good time, and then I'll see Casper and I'll get like really sad. And that's why I don't like it. I'm like, oh man, because I really miss him. I'm like, oh. I just see him because me and him are really close, and he loves Rich. Rich and Casper are really good buddies, but me and Casper like hang out all day. So when I'm gone, he gets really lonely because I'm kind of his little companion all day. I mean, I sit in that room all day with him for the most part, you know, when I'm not working or out here. Even when I'm out here, like when I come back in, he's like, oh, where you been? Been missing you. Because like he sits there waiting for me. He sleeps by my bed all night, right by my feet. You know, like every time I wake up, he's right there. There's my buddy. So when I leave, he really misses me. And but he does love Rich. So if it wasn't for Rich, like if I left him like in a kennel or something, oh god, that would be the most horrific thing we could ever do to Casper. That's why both of us can't leave, really. So both of us really can't. I was thinking about that. I keep thinking like, oh, we could go on a trip for a weekend, but like, I don't even know if we can't really leave Casper. And Gloria and I don't know how to take care of him, so it's just like he is definitely like having an infant. You know, I mean, because you can't leave him. I mean, but he's more like, okay, he's not anymore like an infant because we can leave him to go to the store now. Things like that. You know, but we can't leave him for like over a night, you know. Oh man, he would go crazy. One thing, he'd probably hurt himself because he would be very scared, like where'd they go, and then kind of get himself into some sort of trouble, you know, find something that was dangerous in the room that we hadn't, you know, been aware of. Because he finds little things. I have to always like watch him. He'll start like chewing on something that could hurt him, and then you have to like. But he just discovers things. Like he starts like making holes in the walls or something like that. I have to cover up things. It's like, you little monkey. He will start like scratching holes in the walls. But actually there's one that's already a hole, so I have to like keep blocking it because he'll get back to it again. You know, you little turd. He just But I would hate if like, he came back and he'd hurt himself in any way. So, oh, there's Jeremiah. Hey Jeremiah. Hey Jeremiah. Hey Jeremiah. He used to say, hey Jeremiah. That's how I talk to my hummingbird. Annoying sounds I make for each different animal. My mom used to do that. Oh, it's such a nice day. Yeah, so this is day 21. So 3 weeks, no alcohol. I didn't drink in Vegas, and I'm not going to. I mean, it's ridiculous now. I got like 2 days left. Only today and tomorrow, and then I'm going to be on the plane. So, and I don't like drinking when I'm traveling because it feels dangerous too. I have before, like when I traveled back, but not on the way. Because I like to get there and make sure I get to New York before, I start intoxicating myself in any way, So, I don't know what I'm going to do when I arrive in New York, though. That's my big question. But I'm happy with not drinking in Vegas. I feel very proud of myself because it really made a big difference. Because now at day 21, like I'm working out again and I'm feeling fabulous and I'm getting my fitness back a little bit, because I was really, I appreciated the extra weight because I was too thin. I was way too skinny. But the weight not necessarily always in the best spot. So what I'm trying to do is distribute it properly before I head back, and then it goes back to all the bad spots again. Because when you drink and when you do improper nutrition, the weight doesn't go where you want it. It goes where you usually don't want it. Like everyone has their spots that they don't like. You got your pockets of fat that you get that you don't like them, wherever it may be for you. Maybe it's under the arms, maybe it's under the thighs, maybe it's whatever. So when some people get bigger legs, I usually have pretty small legs, but I'll get bigger thighs that's where I'll put on the weight in the thighs. But my calves stay small. I don't know, I always a small calf. Poor Richard's tiny little calves. I have to tell you guys about this. But the weight doesn't go where you want, and it just gets worse and worse as you eat or drink it properly. And then as soon as you start being nutritious, then it starts to distribute. I don't know, like better. It's just weird. It's hard to describe. Like you just feel better. Like it might even be the scale didn't change, nothing. Maybe even your clothes don't even fit that different, but you just feel different. And you start to feel like, okay, I'm getting my body back. I'm not feeling so like sluggy. I guess I always feel like sluggy, and people get mad because I'm never fat, but they are. But it's like I'll feel sluggy when I'm, and you start to like put on weight where you feel like sluggy, and that's what I don't like about when I do the sugar and the alcohol is you can't seem to control where the weight goes. It just seems to always go to the worst spots, because it's not healthy. So when you're unhealthy, you're not going to have a good body. That's the thing about eating disorders. Eating disorders, people get a body that maybe they can, make it look decent, for in certain photos, but there's always something they're hiding with their eating disorder, where they don't like a certain thing. Like with me, when I had my eating disorder really bad, my stomach was really bad. It was not attractive on any sense. It was like very, very flabby what we call it? Whatever. Compared to, I'm losing my brain right now. I'm thinking so much about new. Compared to other parts of my body, my stomach was much flabbier. Does that make sense? Like my arms and legs were so skinny, so emaciated, but then I had like a flabby tummy. So I would wear things to hide that, but then I looked to everyone else like very, very thin. But then I really did not have, it was very not attractive. I didn't want to wear bikinis and stuff. And a lot of people struggle with that because it's unhealthy. But as soon as I started getting healthy, I was so excited to just have my body like transform. And the first thing was getting rid of such a bulgy stomach. That's when I first got like really fit in the stomach. And now I've gotten a loss out of it. And so it does irritate me a bit, but I'm like, I don't know if I need to have like a 6-pack anymore. I'm 40, but I do like to have a fit stomach. But I was too fit where I looked too old and skinny because it was like you get too like bony. I don't want to be like that again. I don't ever want to be like that. So I'm trying to find the balance, but I definitely don't like how my body starts to look the longer I drink. If that makes sense. Like it's just how it looks, how it feels. I don't know. It's just like the way it morphs. It's weird. Whereas how it's been morphing the last 21 days, each day I'm like happier with my body. So that's why ultimately I will not drink long term too. Is because I don't like what it does to my body. And on top of every other horrible thing. But just the fact of like, I don't like how I feel. Like I don't like how my body starts to feel. Like I don't like how I feel when I put on my clothes. You know what I mean? Like everything feels weird. Like it doesn't look the way it used to. Like it just looks weird now. You know what I mean? Like something that maybe used to be sexy is like, why does this not look sexy anymore? Looks terrible. You know what I mean? Like I remember when I first got back, like my dresses weren't even fitting. I was like, oh dear, nothing would fit. I was like, what am I gonna wear to work? I put on so much weight from the alcohol in not a good way, you know. And now it's better. Now it's like been distributed better. Now I'm happy with the weight I put on. But early on it was like, oh dear, nothing fits. Everything looks bad. It's just tacky. Because it's unhealthy weight. Whereas when you put on healthy weight by eating, like I eat a protein diet, then when I put on the weight, because you will put on, if you're doing an eating disorder and you do a protein diet, you will put on weight. Because if you were being unhealthy, but you'll put it on in places that you like for me, I like when it goes in my butt. That's very, very helpful. Or maybe the boobs. I don't really care about the boobs. I kind of like having small boobs because I don't like wearing bras unless I'm working. I don't wear bras ever unless I'm working, and I like that. And I notice as I put on unhealthy weight, my boobs get more sore where I have to wear a bra, and that I don't like that. So I don't know, there's something about when you're fit, just the way your body feels it's hard to describe. But then there's too fit. But then you just become like crazy, and then that's happened me and Rich for a while, you know? And then no one likes you. You're a prick to everybody. You're yelling at everybody for eating sugar or any other addiction. Because you really are angry because you're like not enjoying anything in the sense of like you're, like for us, we were like doing no sugar, no, like, then it was like, only beef and water, and then you're like, well, no wonder why we're angry, because like Richard was always like, oh, the food looks good over there, So at least we've, had some cave-in times. I think it's not the end of the world. I think if anything, that's probably what has to happen. I don't know if you can like just fully stay on the protein forever. I don't think you can. And they don't really advise that. They say, have your carb cycling and stuff. So it's kind of like me going to New York is a little bit of like our carb cycling because we get a little bit off our diet. Richard often gets a little bit off here too because, sometimes we'll eat something of Gloria's, when I'm gone. I guess we'll kind of cave in. But we'll see. He might stick with the protein while I'm gone. I think last time he did good at staying with the protein, but other times so we'll see. He'll probably actually stick with it because he doesn't drink alcohol. So it's easier for him to not get off of the protein. But I know he's a little more loosey-goosey when I'm gone because it doesn't feel like maybe going shopping as often and stuff, because like I'm the one that's really strict about the organic beef. Like I love my organic beef. Richard's like, yeah, he'll eat other meat. He eats protein, but not always organic beef. He'll eat whatever is, available. Richard's kind of the one that finishes everybody else's protein when they're done. Because the ladies, Annette will finish a steak. Gloria actually finished a steak yesterday, which was amazing. We couldn't believe it. There was like 3 tiny pieces left, like little tiny, which Gloria would usually eat 3 tiny pieces, not vice versa. And this was a good sized steak. It was about, it was a T-bone, actually. No, it wasn't T-bone. It was the one, what is the one? I think it was the ribeye with the bone, is what they call that, yeah. Because it was the ribeye with the bone, yeah. So I heard that a T-bone is a ribeye and a filet mignon. Is that true? That's where the one side is the filet mignon. That's where they take it off the T-bone. That's where the T is, the one smaller side is the filet mignon and the bigger side is the ribeye. Is that true? That's what I heard when I was in New York at the steak place. But from my client, not from the actual waiter. So my client said that. He could have been wrong, but that's what he said. And that's what I got to take home. That's what it supposedly was. It was filet mignon and ribeye. It was delicious. I'll tell you that much. My client got sick that day because he's ill. He's not gonna. live much longer as cancer. It's such a shame. So it's, he's not old, it's just cancer. But hopefully he makes it, but he seems to be getting sicker. And so we were going to go to dinner, and then he just didn't feel good, so we went back to the hotel. But so I get to take home like the entire steak. It was amazing. I ate it for like 2 days. Oh, that was fabulous. It's called Wolfgang's. Not Wolfgang Puck. It's called Wolfgang's. Yeah. Wolfgang's Steakhouse. That was some good food. I get to go to 2 really cool, 3 total if you count, like, I went to a pub that I really liked, that was cool too, but that was not, like, expensive. But I went to 2 very nice places when I was there. One was a French restaurant that I went to lunch with a client, and then I went to that steakhouse. I don't remember the name of the French restaurant, to be honest. It was just one that we walked and then saw it, okay, that one will work. But it was a nice place. Expensive, though. No wonder we never ate in New York. At the restaurants. People couldn't believe when I was saying that it was like a $600 tab. I'm like, no, yeah, that's what it is. If you buy a bottle of wine and a filet mignon and a ribeye and all the sides, everything is additional at those places. Like, it doesn't come with anything. Everything is oh, you want a side? Okay, the sides are, anywhere not below $20, I'm sure, at any place. Probably way more than that for every side, you know what I mean? So, it's not this thing where you go and you ordered the steak and it came with all these fixings. No, you order every single item separate. So it adds up real quick. And most of them are not less than like 40 at the place I was at, for anything on the menu. Everything was upwards of 40, most items, like even the sides, so it's like, it adds up quick. And then you get drinks as well. Well, the wine. But I think he got the wine and a drink also, too. Because I think he had a bottle of wine and he had a cocktail. So the thing, it adds up fast. $600 for Manhattan Steakhouse is not crazy for 2 people if they had drinks and a bottle of wine. That's how expensive it is there. Me and Richard did not go to the restaurants. We ordered like Uber Eats. Oh, I'm so happy I have already some Uber Eats money. I have a client that always gives me at least $100 in Uber Eats before I go. Uber Eats, but I use it for Uber Eats because I use it to get the steak when I arrive. Richard is going to order me the steak. So what I like to get is he gets me 3 of these patties that are huge burgers in the sense because I eat a pound of beef, so I need a lot. And normally if you get like a burger without the fixing, it's a tiny little patty. These are like thick, so get me 2 to 3, and then this steak, but it's a small steak, and it's almost like a that like flank steak, but it's something better, but super thin. And they cook it where you don't even have to cut it. It just like pulls apart. But Richard will get that if they have, like, if you buy, because we have Uber Eats 1 or whatever. If you buy like the burgers, they'll often like give the steak at a discount or something. So then Richard will order me 1 steak and then the 2 patties or 3 patties and no steak. That's how I like it. But they send it with these buns, but he gets it with no fixings, but they send it with buns, and you just take the buns out. And they also send it with homemade potato chips and French fries always. And it's just like so annoying to me because I don't eat those things. Even if I'm eating different kinds of food, I don't like French fries, and I'm not a fan of those potato chips like that. I don't know, they just like, I don't know, baked potato chips or something. But I have to throw out all this that they send so each burger gets 2 huge patties, and then you can't get them to not send this. I've asked her, I said, can you get them to not send this? Because I throw out so much every time, because they send it in this huge bag, and all I want is the 3 patties or the 2 patties and the steak. But they send all these containers, and they have each item. So if I order 3 things, I get 3 sets of chips, 3 sets of French fries, and then these huge buns. So they send me this massive bag, and it's like, and I'm only eating like a couple items out of the whole bag, and I just throw it all out. So I have to, as soon as I get the bag, immediately what I do is I take out the items that I want, and I go right back downstairs and throw out all of that stuff. But I'm like, it just seems like such a waste. But they won't not send that, I guess. It's just one of the things they send. So I wish they would just send me just the patties, because it just feels like I'm just throwing out so much food every time. I mean, it's not wasting chips and fries, but still, every time. And it's just this huge bag, and like, really, if you're only getting like 2 burgers, it should be a tiny bag. They send in this massive bag, because they put all those things in these big the containers are cool, though, because they're reusable containers. So I always hold on to the containers. Not all of them. They don't need that many. I hold on to like two of them, for my burgers and the steak. They're these black cases with a white top that they seal. And those are fabulous for actually, so what I do is I take those out, the burgers, take the patties off, I put all the burgers in one thing and then leave the steak in its separate thing. So now I have 2 containers left and everything else gets thrown out. And they send how many containers? Let's say, well, because 3 thing per, okay, so 6. And then they also usually send things like ketchup and things like that. And they also send a cookie usually. So all that stuff gets thrown out. It's a huge bag of food. And it's not something you'd give to someone. It's like, kind of like you want some chips and French fries that have been traveled all the way from the store here because, you got them delivered. By the time you get French fries that delivered, oh, thank you. Anyways, I don't like French fries. I used to like onion rings. That used to be my thing. Like if I was going to get a side, but French fries, I don't know. Gloria did not love French fries, and so does Richard. I don't like them. I don't know. Not unless they're really crunchy, like if they're overcooked, if they burnt them. But soft French fries, I don't know. I don't like potatoes. I'm not a potato fan. Gloria loves potatoes. I think Gloria's favorite food is a potato. I mean, I don't like potatoes at all. When I was a kid, I a little bit liked mashed potatoes, but only like for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? And they had to be like slathered with gravy and butter. I don't think I just liked eating potatoes. My stepmom used to make like baked potatoes. I always was like, why? Why would we eat baked potatoes? I don't know. Like the ones where then you put all the stuff in you put the stuff in, that was like dinner, like a big potato, and you open it up and you had to put all the stuff in there, like cheese and peppers and things in there, and then sour cream and salsa, I think, but not salsa, sour cream, butter, or something like that. But I was like, why? This is dinner? This is what we're eating? Why are we eating potatoes? I don't know. I don't like potatoes. I don't say had to, but even then, like, really, that's all we have, potatoes? Is there anything else? I'm just not a fan. So Gloria, it was actually a great way to get me to stop my eating disorder when early on, is she kept making potato things. I remember because for a while she was making like spaghetti like things and that I like. But once she started making, she kept making like potato thing after potato thing. Like she would make just regular potatoes. She just eats potatoes. They just eat a potato. And that would just eat a potato, baked potato, like with no fixing. It's just not something I was aware that people did. And Gloria will basically just, and she put some butter, I think, and some salt, probably. Gloria loves salt and pepper and butter. That's all she just. But she started making all of these things. Like this one, she was still cooking. She would make like these casseroles where it would be like just potatoes in a casserole with like a bunch of cheese on top. So they were like baked like that, and like everything was potatoes. And I was like, well, this is a great way to get me to stop eating this food. I was like, tell her to keep making potatoes. And that actually worked out because she loves potatoes. We didn't tell her to do it, but it was just like, she got on this kick of like making potatoes. And I was like, this is fabulous. 'Cause I do not like potatoes. It's like a great way to get me, like because I was struggling with the eating disorder, And I try not to talk too much about it because it's not something I like to talk about on these channels. But, I struggle with overeating, and binging, you know. And so a lot of things I'd be, oh, I can't avoid that. Like when Glory make pancakes or something. It's funny, I loved her pancakes and then the pancake toss, pancake gate. But the potatoes, so make potatoes every day and you will make sure I stay on my protein diet. What? Nothing to do with potatoes. I'm on music. There it is. Stop. He goes, are you still listening? I really love these new beats. They're fabulous. They're so nice. Like because they just hug your ear better. The other ones actually would fall out. These ones, I've not ever had them fall out, except for while I'm sleeping. Yeah, I mean, I'm laying on it, and that's gonna happen. So I don't sleep with earplugs in New York. That I would never do. That would be scary. I only sleep with earplugs. The music here, because you have to like be aware of your surroundings. If you're by yourself. So I'll listen to music, but I'll never sleep with my music. So it's funny. But here I always sleep with music. Probably why I struggle with sleeping there too, because I can't do it, because if I do that, I feel like I won't hear outside things, as much. And also I don't hear my phone. Even though it's in my ear, I don't hear it because I'm listening to music, so it's not different. Whereas if you have nothing going and then you hear a phone, oh, trash is coming. Oh, it's such a good trash day. I love it. It's not bulk day, but I haven't been going around the neighborhood for bulk day anymore because we pretty much are set. I mean, we have so much furniture in the house now. But what I've been loving the last bulk days is getting rid of our stuff that we don't need. But today wasn't bulk day, but I was able to get rid of enough stuff today. I made sure to clean up, the trash before I leave, because they're gonna have trash like twice, I think, while I'm gone. But I'm more manage the trash. We have small trash bins, so it's quite you have to manage it a bit. You have to make sure you're pushing everything down, and also there's a guy back here. I wonder if they're gonna be I'm gonna have a move. They're doing something with these plants back here. But he went that way. But if he starts coming this way, I'm gonna have to go inside, because this is actually the common area. We're allowed to be out here, but if they need to be doing maintenance on some level, or landscaping, then you need to be scurrying back in to your house, because it's our HOA the HOA pays for these things. One of the HOAs just came out today, actually. So we have two that we didn't know till now. One comes out on the 15th, one on the 5th. But no, third. So, but I think it came out early. It's come out early. So yeah, it'll be today. Yeah, if it's third, it'll be today. Yeah, it'll stay. So, here's a trash man. I love trash comes. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I'm obsessed with getting rid of trash. I do not like having trash in the house, because people don't realize, like, this is what happened, with Glory when she was hoarding, is every thing has matter, and it's, an entity in something where it's like, things take up space, whether it be trash or whether it be your possessions. But it's like, if you have too much stuff, it can really affect your life in the house, because it's just so much energies, like they have energies. And so throwing out things can be so therapeutic and so good, in the sense of like, for like a cleanliness of like, when you get rid of the trash in your house, when you take that stuff out of your house, you'll just feel those energies leaving. And so when it leaves, like trash day, I can just feel like, oh, they picked up the trash, good. All that crap, all that. I mean, it's because it's stinky. It's toxic trash out there, basically. It's smelly. Like, to get that out of the house is always nice. On Tuesdays are my favorite day, because now we have like no stinky trash, and then we start again, by the end of the day. But beginning of the day, no stinky trash. All like freshness in the house, of like getting rid of all the waste. And so, but I love bulk day, because then I can get rid of things that like even like stuff in the garage, or things that I hadn't even thought I was going to get rid of, and I'm like, oh, we don't need this, and then put that out. Bulk day is the best, because they will take anything that you put out there. I mean, it don't matter how big it is, you can put anything out there. mattresses, huge entertainment centers. I saw them pick up before, like massive ones. Those ones are like oak, massive entertainment centers. I take like 10 people to lift that thing. They pick up that kind of stuff. The person had 2 of them. They laid them. I don't know how the person got those out of the house. Must have been a service person. Like, can't imagine anyone retired getting that out of their house. I mean, these things were massive. And pick up that. They'll pick up anything. Couches, huge couches, anything. Because I drive around, I used to drive around and people put out anything else. Oh, this is great. I didn't know that. I thought you could just have like, some extra trash or something. Not like anything you want out there. So once I discovered that, I was like, oh, this is fabulous. But that was last week. So we're pretty caught up on getting rid of things, I think. But today, guys going around to pick up our trash. So that makes me happy. Little things in life that make me so happy. It's really weird, the things that make me happy. Like, they're really weird. Like, trash bags, oh gosh. I get excited. Like, if I have a stock of trash bags, I'm serious. Like, I do. Toilet paper, paper towels, all this. Oh gosh. Oh, I did that a special day. If I have extra things, like extra dish soap, like, oh my gosh. I think it's so excited. Like, I really, it's weird. We have 2 things of laundry detergent because the one's about, ooh, what a day. Those things excite me. I don't know. I like cleaning products. But honestly, the crazy thing is, I found that I use less cleaning products here because we haven't had money, so you don't want to like use your last cleaning product. Like when I was having to clean you get Windex all the time because what I was doing in the mirror. Now I'm Windexing way less. It's just honestly to kind of conserve on your cleaning supplies because I try to keep it as clean as possible, but those things are not cheap these days. You guys see the price of cleaning supplies? They're getting so expensive that I'm like, okay, maybe I don't need to be as OCD as I want to be with, the mirrors or something, like, make sure they're clean, but, not like every 2 seconds, because that stuff is getting expensive. Everything is going up. They're just raising the price on everything right now. And they're running out of supplies at the stores. We're ordering from Amazon, but everything is jumping, like in price, because we've been ordering these things for a while. So it's jumping like at least $2 more or something like that for everything, that you used to get for, whatever price. Now it's $2, or depending on the ratio of like, how expensive the product is, it can go up even more. But I'm saying like if it's a cheap item, like a $10 item is now a $12 item. Things
So,
like that.
Want to know what's the story with the tree?
Oh, the tree. I don't think it's going to be saved. It's the saddest thing. I don't know. We can't help it. It's just not.
We can go this way
coming
now.
back. Okay. The tree does not seem to be coming back. And Richard's just devastated about that. It's just really unfortunate. Were you cooking breakfast, or what happened with that?
Yeah, your breakfast is done.
Okay, so I'll talk a little longer. So these are my new. Oh, geez, yeah. I'd like to say I almost fell. Because I gotta get my footing with these shoes because these rocks are not steady. So you gotta get your foot setting. Oh, you fall. Oh, turn too much. I don't want to turn too much. I do want to turn those. You don't want to like have your legs open to your audience. Am I in a good spot? Is it a good spot? So I got these shorts for $7.99. They're cheerleader shorts. I was thinking, I need something just to go outside, not just pajamas. And pajamas have been a flop. I keep trying to get. I love my new pajamas, but those aren't good for outside for exercise, and they're too hot because they're shorts, but they're a whole thing. They're much warmer than this. Because it's the shorts. I'm gonna bring those to New York. I'm gonna wear those all the time, but they're not good for the things. And then I only had those silly Jack Skeleton, the Nightmare Before Christmas shorts, and those polka dot black and white ones, which are going to New York too. Don't worry. But these I'm gonna wear to New York. I have in New York. So when I want to like just kind of like run outside, and I don't even know if it's gonna be short weather anymore. It might be pants only. But if I can still wear shorts, when I go outside for, because I actually take my trash out all the time, most of the city. So I'll go, and I like keeping myself moving. So I'll go find reasons to go outside, so I'm in and out. But I don't always want to get like fully dressed. So that's when you see me when I'll do a little walking around when I kind of like wear bumpy clothes. Because I just am like, I'm just going to go, not too far or whatever. But sometimes I end up pretty far, and I'm like, oh, these are embarrassing. Like those black and white shorts are a little bit embarrassing. I wouldn't want to go to the subway in those shorts. No way.
Neither do these ones either. But I got these from Amazon for $7.99, and they're Soffe, Soffee, I think it is. It was a brand when I was in cheerleading, and I was like, I liked those shorts. I remember everybody liked the shorts, so I went on there. $7.99. That's not bad.
Well, says maybe you should move to Las Vegas. It looks kind of nice here.
Oh man, I know. These days, you really should. These are the days that you visit, and they go, "Oh, it's just like LA. Your house is way cheaper, but the weather's exactly the same. I promise, exactly the same. Oh, look at the weather. It's just exactly like LA." And then the people buy the house, and then they weren't here for the summer, and they're like, "What in the world is going on here? Like, did Vegas just start melting?" It does. If your first summer here, it's like, what happened? It's not pleasant, and you're not happy your first summer in Vegas, because you acclimate, the longer you're here. But your first summer, and I mean living, not because you maybe visited. You're like, oh, I was hot, I know I was there. Yeah, that can suck too. But living here for that amount of time, if it's like the 3 months of just like heat, and it's just like barely a break on the heat for like 3 months. Like you go, oh, why do I live here? And then that passes, and then you go, okay, that's why I live here. And that's what happened, September 1st. But the people I figure that first come from LA must be like, what did I get myself into? And they're already here. They've sold all their property in LA, and they sold it for way more than they paid for these mansions here. So they sell their house that's probably pretty nice in LA, but in the sense of like the big and huge, but the amount of their house is astronomically more than what they can get here. So they sell like a pretty nice house there and get like a mansion here. You know what I mean? And still have tons of money left over and not even like have to use the money. It's kind of what my dad did when they left LA, but they went to Washington instead. So they sold their house in LA, and then they, got a house in Washington that was way bigger. And then they had like tons of extra money. And that's when my dad and stepmom moved to Washington is when they finally started making money, but that wasn't until I was in the Air Force. So my parents all lived in California while I was in the Air Force, and then they both moved while I was in the Air Force, like right away too. Like my mom, well, actually I don't remember when my mom moved. She didn't move right away, but my dad moved right away to Washington, and then my mom moved in, I think, like 2003 or 2004 to Gold Beach, Oregon. I think maybe just 2004. She died 2005. Maybe she just moved 2005. No, I don't know. She died 2005. So I did this photo the other day that said 1969, but then I said it was 2005. It was my 21st birthday, but actually my 21st birthday was 2006, because I was thinking 2005 because that's when my mom died. It's so significant, but she died when I was 20. But I remember my first birthday without my mom was my 21st. That's why I was thinking it was 2005. I was like, no, it would have been 2006. Yeah, so my first birthday after my mom died was my 21st, which sucks so bad. Oh my God, it sucks so bad. It was like, really? I mean, I've been looking forward to having a 21st, when I got in the Air Force. That was like a big deal because I joined at 17. Oh, I can't wait till I'm 21 and I'll be getting out of the Air Force or re-enlisting when I turn 21 is what I thought. And then when it came, it was like, man, this couldn't have gone worse if I had planned to make the most like tragic story ever. It's like, I mean, this isn't something I could have fathomed could have happened, and then it was like, my 21st birthday sucked. I mean, I was like, emotional wreck, everyone just like ended up like, I think leaving me at the house and going, like we went out, we went to Norman, Oklahoma, and we did a bar crawl because they have the OU's there, Oklahoma University, the Sooners, Boomer Sooner. They're they're in Norman, Oklahoma, and I was living in Moore, Oklahoma, and the base is in Oklahoma City, but they're all very close. So so my house was not far from Norman, and we went out and we did something where you had to get like a t-shirt or something when you went to the different bars, but I did get a t-shirt actually, I think so I must have done the shots. I don't remember how many shots you had to take all the shots, but at some point somebody sent me home. Like I think they called me a taxi. There's no Uber back then and no one drove. If
like if we were drinking. So we would order these taxis, but they were expensive. But we would try to pile everybody in, and this one we would get, this lady, you could get the taxi's number. So you could call a specific person. And this one lady drove a huge station wagon, like a really big one, you know, like one of those, we called them a boat. I had them when I was a kid. My parents had one. It fits like 8 people because it has the seats in the back. Those old ones, they had like the wood paneling, you know, those old Buicks or Oldsmobiles or something. And she had a mullet. And she was one of those women that we didn't know she was a woman till she told us she was a woman. For a long time, we thought it was a man. Because she never said anything, and her voice was so gruff, and we thought it was a man. And she had a name, you know, that was, you know, one of those, Pat or something. And so I remember we used her services for about a year before we finally found out she was a woman. And we just been I guess it never had come up, you know? But it was funny. We'd be like, oh, we're always drunk, you know, you're driving and you just see the bag and she had a mullet. I don't know, it was the funniest thing. But nicest lady. We loved her, but she would let us pile in as many people as we could fit in that I think it was a Buick or some station wagon. And you know, totally not legal. You know, it only fits 8 legally, but and so then she would charge us, you know, just the one fee, however many people we could get in there. And so we'd all, you know, pool our money together because it was usually at least $100 or more to leave a bar because taxis were not cheap there, you know. So, and back to, you know, where I lived. But I remember getting back, and I think a handful of people would come back with me, but most of the people I think were still at the bar. But I just remember being in my room and like crying in my bedroom, and then everyone was just being like, "Oh, this is lame birthday," you know. And then everyone kind of like being at my place, but not even like me just being in my room by myself. I remember that. So I remember going to the bars, and then that was kind of fun. But then next I remember just being like in my room crying by myself, and it was like out in the living room, you know, having fun, or in my roommate's room or whatever, having a good time, and I'm just like this is the worst 21st birthday ever. But yeah, it was funny to me because I had been using my sister's ID for a long time. So we actually went to like some of the bars that I'd been to before, and they're like, "Wait, you're now 21?" I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, I was just like fake ID all the time. But so it was kind of fun to finally use my ID. But yeah, it was so like anticlimactic. And then all the rest, like, I think that's why I just ended up becoming like such a bad drinker, because like before my mom died, I was actually kind of like fun when I drank, and then after my mom died, it was like every time I drank, I became like a nightmare. Like I would just freak out in some way because, you know, I'd be upset about something, you know, and I would have an emotional just outburst. I mean, boyfriends were dropping me like flies because of things that like they were like, "Whoa, I can't handle you." You know, because I actually had a boyfriend that we'd only been dating for a couple months when my mom died. And then we tried to stay together, and it was just like, and I really liked him, and he really liked me too. I mean, I feel like if my mom hadn't died, we probably would have got married, which I'm glad I didn't marry him. But we were like, you know, we were just, you know, we were both in the Air Force together, and everything was just kind of flowing that way. And then, like, because we knew each other for a long time before we started dating. And then it was like right away my mom dies, and then it was just like, and I ended up going home with him. His mom paid for me to fly to Tennessee, to Nashville, Tennessee for Christmas after my mom died, to spend time with my boyfriend's family instead of, you know, because my mom was. Hi, Joey Stewart. But a 19-year-old and like a 20-year-old cannot, or no, I was 20, sorry. A 20 and a 21-year-old, he was 21, cannot handle that level of like trauma, like when you're in a brand new relationship. So that relationship went south. But he ended up actually marrying and having a baby with the next girl he dated, because he was wanting to get married. That was all his thing. So yeah, he just eventually couldn't take it anymore. He's like, Joy, you know, like you were such a cool person before your mom died, but you can't handle it's too much. Like, because I would have like he'd usually have to send me home in some way, like where someone would have to drive me home, because I would just freak out, you know, like usually like emotionally, like just like start bawling in the middle of, you know, a bar or in the middle of the street or something, you know. If we're walking to another bar, walking in the car, and just like drop to the floor and start like hysterically bawling, you know, and just disturb people. Like it was, no one could handle it. So I kind of really pulled away from society a lot. Like after my mom died, I had a ton of friends before my mom died, but once my mom died, I didn't really fit in anymore. And when I drank, I always acted weird. So where prior to that, people loved when I went out with them, and I was like the cool one to go, oh yeah, Joy, come out with you, she's fun. And then I was like, oh no, not Joy. Oh no, Joy's a nightmare. So it became hard, and I knew that I had like this good side of me, but I knew that like when I drank, like it was only this horrible side was coming out of me, and I didn't know how to stop that. And that's what, like, I feel like, not that it's great when I drink, I still have a little bit of a gross side of me, but I do feel that I've matured. That's why I feel comfortable going to New York, knowing that I'm not going to like lose my mind. I will have a little bit maybe of a, you know, I do have cry session, you know, about, you know, later in the week, you know, as I drink too much if I continue to drink. But, you know, my first time I drink, I'm not going to like just lose my mind. That's how I used to be. But I also was drinking shots, which I wouldn't dream of taking a shot ever. I mean, that you're guaranteed to hurt yourself. So I'm a little bummed that I'm having to deal with this in 2 days, but I'm also super excited to go to New York. So people think that I'm like irritated with having to deal with my sobriety enough to like not want to go to New York. It's like, no. It outweighs it. You know, like I'll deal with my sobriety because I love New York, but because like if I stayed here, I would, you know, it'd stay sober. So it's much easier, and going there is much harder, but going there is also amazing. So it's like I'll deal with the harder struggle, and maybe, you know, if I cave in this trip, it will be my last trip. I'm set on that. I don't want to go through this again. Like I'll go through it when I get back, and that'll be it. You know what I mean? Last time. I said end of the year, but I said, you know, either this trip or the next trip. And I'm not even sure I'm going in November. I think I am, you know, it seems like I am. We're kind of planning towards that, but, you know, things could change. I could stay in Vegas if it somehow Vegas just completely turns around. So this could be my last trip in New York. So I'm kind of just like being like, okay, let me just enjoy myself a little bit, not too much. I really don't want to overdo it. I mean, I'm really trying to be like, man, after these terribly sugary hard ciders, I mean, because I do like beer a little bit, but not really either. So it's either beer. It's like my choice would be like a Blue Moon or a hard cider. That would be what I would do. But it's just so upset on my stomach. But that's the kind of stuff I drink. No. So if they don't have ciders, I will go for their lightest beer available. I do not like hard beers, like dark ales. Ooh. That's what Richard had when, okay, so Richard, so if you guys don't know, when I first met Richard, he owned a bunch of businesses. So like I knew Richard was like a super successful person. So when people think like I married some guy that like I just, you know, like wasn't worth anything, that I, you know, having to take care, that wasn't the case. Like I knew that I was marrying into like a family that, you know, was very successful and knew how to, even if they were down and out at the time, they knew how to be successful. And that was enough for me to feel like I'll never have to worry, really. You know what I mean? Like even though, yeah, we struggle a bit, but I don't fully worry. Like before, I worried before I met Richard, you know, about surviving, you know what I mean? I don't ever have that feeling now. And as soon as I got with Richard, I never felt that again. And so that he has always given me he has given me a home, you know, and I felt safe. And when I first met him, he was insanely successful. And so I never thought me and Richard were going to be together. I mean, he had a fiance at the time, and I was dating his next door neighbor. Brian was my boyfriend on and off of 2 years, but only fully together for like 2 months, and then on and off, like stupid, you know, we were just kind of hooking up. So it was not a relationship that was going to have a future, but it kept kind of just continuing because I'd meet other guys and I don't know, it wouldn't work out, usually because I still had issues when I would drink, and I was kind of crazy, where Richard put up with my craziness, and also I had a really bad eating disorder, so that kind of turned off a lot of people. And so Richard and Gloria really accepted me right away. And that made a huge difference to me. And I remember like the first like outbreak I had of like took off. What I would do is I would get angry at someone and I would yell and then I would leave. And I'd probably say some very mean things before I left that I didn't mean. And then I would take off and I usually didn't remember, and because I was so drunk. And then that would usually be the end of most relationships. But if like something weird but with that happened one night, and then Gloria and Richard called me and they say, we have a present for you. You need to come back over. And I was like, what? Because I had like gone off on both of them. This is in like 2012. I was like, and I yelled at everybody. And they got me flowers and stuff. And I was like, no way. So then we accept you. And now, because they got a quirky life and it all worked out. But when I first met Rich, he owned, his family owned a hardware store. And he also owned the convenience store below the condo. It was called Towers. And it was the nicest like bodega convenience store. I mean, I shopped there always. And I loved his store. Like, I think to this day, Richard had the nicest convenience store, nicest bodega I've ever seen. Like, nicer than any of the ones in New York. Like, I love it. He had these beautiful wood shelves. It was the nicest store, and they had really, really good espresso there. And they had Ghirardelli white chocolate, which was, I liked white mochas at the time. And they had my favorite Skittles, which were those tropical blue ones. I had these things I would go buy from. And they had my Hefeweizens. Oh, I would get Sierra Nevada Hefeweizens back then, or Blue Moon. And Rich always had the stuff in stock for years. And I loved it because it was open till 2 a.m., where the other stores were only open till midnight. And it was right below the condo. And so you just go down there. And me and my boyfriend, we went down there all the time and shopped there all the time at Richard's store. And Richard was the neighbor, and I knew that. And I was like, oh, the neighbor owns the store, because I worked at the condo building. And so I told my boyfriend that his next door neighbor owns it. Oh, that's cool, but we didn't really interact much with Richard. I did, at work, like when he would come inside, because I only worked there for like 6 months, and then I stopped working there, but then I hung out there for like 2 years because I got to know everybody that lived there, and like I had a boyfriend, but I also hung out with tons of other people. Like, I had so many friends in the building because it was kind of like a big college dorm. But it's called the Civic. It's in Portland, Oregon. It's on Burnside in 19th. And it's the biggest like condo right there in Portland. It's like 16 stories. So it kind of is like where, all the young kind of like entrepreneurs wanted to live. So there was a lot of people that were very successful that lived there, and just like, so I met some really cool people, and like the people that own the bars often live there too. And also there was players, because it used to be the Beavers, they're called the Beavers, they were a AAA team, I believe, for Portland. They used to play at this stadium, and that's right next to the condo. But then it became the Gerald Wynn field, and that was the Timbers soccer. So Richard had season tickets to the Timbers games, and we would go to those. And it was his condo was the only condo. He was on the second floor because it was the only one. You wanted to be on the second floor because it was the only one that they gave this balcony to, not higher up. The higher up balconies were tiny, but he was the only one with a huge balcony, and it was on the second floor that looked right to the stadium. So when everyone came out of the stadium, and you could almost, if he was a little bit higher up, that's why they probably could have let it be second, because they don't want you seeing into the stadium. So they wouldn't let anyone else. So but you would be right at the level where, like, when everyone came out, like everyone's walking, but you're kind of like at the level where any more you'd see into the stadium, and because it has like the arc, but so it was just the energy that everyone pouring out of the stadium for the Timbers games. And Richard would give deals for his sandwiches, because they did pulled pork sandwiches it was a convenience store. They sold like they had coffee, and they also had like sandwiches, and they also had alcohol, but then they also had things like, he would have like organic cucumbers and organic tomatoes and things like that. Like, he had this section where you could get like the veggies and things. So it was almost a full-on store where you could almost get your groceries, but it was smaller items. But the people there didn't seem to appreciate it, because they would rather walk to the Fred Meyer, which was a mile away, or not even a mile, half a mile away. and get everything for cheaper. So Richard's business eventually went out of business because just the residents wouldn't shop there. They were cheapskates. Because, of course, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the Fred Meyer. And they're, I got Fred Meyer. I'll save myself a quarter. And they wouldn't support the local. So he existed for a while, but then eventually, he just couldn't sustain. Because those people were just cheapskates. And then he put a Dollar Tree in, too. That was the Dollar Tree killed everybody. This is ridiculous. Before, I think it was so tacky to have a Dollar Tree because it was a nice area. And the residents were mad because they didn't want a Dollar Tree. They brought in all these homeless people, and it was really bad. It used to be much nicer until they brought in the Dollar Tree. It was a really nice area because they had these nice sports bar that was part of the original baseball stadium, and that everyone would go to, and all those things kind of gone out of business because this darn Dollar Tree and all these homeless people that now reside. So that really kind of killed Richard's business. But I had been shopping there for many years, and I knew him, and he always he flirted with me, but I didn't think anything of it because everyone kind of flirted with me. But I remember he always called me Joy, and he was the one that told me, I must be Irish. And I was I didn't even know I was Irish. Really, it was my family never really talk about our heritage. I didn't know I was Irish. I knew I was part Native American, but I didn't really know I was Irish or Scottish. A little bit. I mean, my mom would say Irish a little bit, but I didn't really understand that I'm fully Irish and Scottish. I thought we were just a little bit Irish, And so my family never really talked about our heritage at all, and nothing about my Native American heritage. They don't talk about it. It's terrible. It's a shame. I mean, they won't even take my calls if I start asking about it. I mean, they don't take them now anyways, but no one will take them. Some people will take them, but no one will take them. If I were to call my grandpa and start asking about my Native American heritage, he would hang up on me. It's really bad. So it really upsets me because I don't even know what tribe it is. And I don't even know my grandma's name. They never even told me her name. No one talks about it. Her son was racist, and he disowned his mother. It's really unfortunate. He now has passed, that racist prick, but my grandpa is his son, and so my grandpa is not much better. My dad is better, but my dad won't upset his father, So, by finding out stuff, because my grandpa knows, and he's the last one that knows. And he won't. Sucks. My uncle might know, but my uncle won't tell me either, so I don't know. It sucks that someone's past can be wiped away by other assholes in the family that decide they don't like that person, and then no one gets to know about it. This is a long time ago where you could wipe records, so it's not something I can look up. It doesn't exist. You cannot look it up. Somewhere maybe, but not online. I can't find it. I've looked so much. It's stops at my great grandpa. But anyways, that's some of the things that I really don't like my family about. So even when I try to talk to my dad, when I've been with Richard, I don't respect my dad. I don't like what his family does that. I don't like how they treat people. And they're very racist. My dad is not racist, but his family is, and he goes around those people. You know what I mean? And they're bad people. And he wanted to live near them. They live in Washington, and it's just so the longer he's lived near them, the more he's like them. He didn't used to be. He used to be very different. But I think the longer he lives near his dad, the more he's like his dad. So. They hate each other too. It's so stupid. They hate each other, but they're turning into the same person. My dad, a big old grump like my grandpa. Oh, my grandpa's just a grumpy. My grandpa's never happy. I don't think I've ever seen my grandpa smile. But it's just a grump. He's Rodney Dangerfield, but grumpier. Just constantly, everything. Bitching about everything. You cannot have music on any level. I mean, not even where we can't hear the music. My grandpa will come in and say, "Can you please turn off this loud music?" Breakfast? Oh yeah. Oh, you look fabulous. Wait, hold on. Are those new?
Well, new this year because it's with. The first time I wore them.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't seen him. Yeah, I hadn't seen him. Good. Yeah, we pull him out of the closet. All right. You look fabulous. Yeah, Richard pulls. Whenever Richard puts on pants, it feels like he's got new pants on because he rarely wears pants. He's always in shorts. I'm like, oh, look at that nice looking man over there. Richard's a stud in pants. I don't know if you guys are. The poor thing has tiny little calves, so he looks silly. Well, and it's not his fault. It's because his foot is messed up. So what's happening is he's not walking properly, and it's creating his calves to not get strong because he's, like he's babying a foot. Does that make sense? Like he walks with a limp. And he has a really messed up foot. No, I'm trying to. No. These are things that. Oh, she didn't like embarrass you. I didn't know. Okay, here you go. Oh, sorry. No, I thought it was good.
Enjoy your breakfast. I'm just teasing.
Would you like
I'm gonna do my workout. Yeah. What am I doing? I'm gonna do my workout with.
my hat?
Do I want a hat? No. I don't think so. Okay, bye. No. No. Okay. All right, chat, what's up? Jedi Rich here. So, Joy said I needed a hat. And so, I'm asking the chat now. And so, when someone says that you need a hat, they say, oh, are you going to wear a hat? That usually implies that there's something. How's the hair? Do I need a hat, you guys? Because that was kind of a subtle hint that someone would say, look, perhaps you need a hat because your hair looks like crap. So is that what happened? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm also trying to get my camera centered. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. See, I'm gonna read your comments over there. Okay. And then behind me over there, do you see way off in the distance? That's downtown Las Vegas. Okay. How's this? I need a hat. Okay. Exactly. We need a hat. All right, guys. No hat. All right, let's go. Yes hat, no hat. Let it flow. Okay, so you know the drill. We start with our. Oh, good. Okay, hand me a Mets hat. I need a big thing of water. Like one of them big arrowheads. Okay, so she's handing me a Mets hat, you guys. And then I'm gonna thank you. Oh, hi, buddy. I gotta hydrate. It's really dry here today. I think someone was saying something about that. It's important to hydrate. All right. Cheers. Hit the likes. Hit the likes. You have friends like Rich, they fuck around a lot? Man, you should see me when I was younger. Dude, this is a retirement community. I'm the craziest I can get now is like on stream, and even there I can't get too crazy. All right. Let's go. Okay. Hit the likes if I don't hit myself. How's that? Now, Joy always does too, so I'm going to do two as well because I think it's kind of more of a workout. Let the force flow through you. Feel the power of the force flowing through your shoulders, to your arms, to your and then she dances around, you know. It's a little like, nah. I'm not going to do that because it looks silly.
I mean, for me, it's fine for her. I think that didn't sound very good, did it? Ah, man, I don't want to do push-ups today. Ah. The lightsaber. These are lightsaber trainers. You can train with these, you know. You just need some sound effects. But it's a good way to train, get your strength up for handling a sword. If you think about it, this is really where you want your strength in your wrists, your arms. You're holding something that's like, how heavy were those swords? Does anybody know? Because that'd be a workout. That's why they didn't have to go to Planet Fitness. They just carried a sword around. Yeah, I kind of rocking a dad bod out here in the suburbs. A lot more sitting around. Oh, really? I look more muscular at the push-ups? Thanks, man. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. A little bit of encouragement. This goes a long way, Trigger Man. Hey, Tori, good morning. Are you still here? I gotta get my strength back up. I wish there was something like push-ups for your calves, you know? Wish there was something like that. Thanks, Trigger Man. Gun show. Man, I'm kind of, hey, right on. This is just cool. Baroshi. Well, that's what I thought too. I mean, look, I don't want to offend anybody because I did this last year, but honestly, going to a gym, I never thought anybody particularly looked cool at a gym. I mean, you're like running in a circle around a track or on a treadmill watching TV. How is that cool? Running outside, that's cool, right? But running in a gym around out here we have indoor tracks, which was actually pretty cool. So I take that back. Running on an indoor track inside was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I guess gyms can be cool. But it occurred to me, because I was just thinking back, like, what was the coolest thing when I was a kid? Chinese stars, nunchucks, Corvettes, Sammy Hagar t-shirts. I had a Sammy Hagar t-shirt myself, but not until the 80s, because in the 70s I was a kid. Let me think. I was trying to think what, because those guys were ripped, but right, like off-road dirt biking. They did things that were like cool, but weren't going to a gym. You know, I mean, they hadn't invented aerobics yet. I mean, if they hadn't marketed it. It wasn't like, hey, let's go. It was like, dude, let's go work out. Okay, great. Saddle up. We're going to get the horses out. And we're going to go riding all afternoon for like 8 hours. And then you do that, you'll be like, damn, that was a workout. And you looked cool doing it. I mean, maybe you fell off your horse, but, you know. Mama T-Rex, not a bad idea. A jump rope would suit me well. But yeah, so back to Baroshi's point. Thank you for the donation. Is that nunchucks are cool, man, and they're cool, and they're non-lethal, and honestly, they have their own self-trainer, because before you could ever hurt someone else with these, you'll spend about a year hurting yourself first. You know what I'm saying? It's like to hit. I mean, like to actually use it as a striking as a weapon. Like it's very difficult. You have to train, and you make a lot of mistakes, like hitting yourself in the eye. I mean, that's what I did. I would practice on a tree. You know, you get up on it and be all like, come on, tree, let's go. And the tree is just stationary, you know. But still, you hit. Guess what happens when you hit the tree? Right, just the same thing. Right, it bounces straight back at you. So you have to learn. Yeah, so you kind of bruise yourself. You bruise yourself here. I got hit quite had time on the noggin. Point is, you learn to respect these, and then you kind of know what it feels like, and so then you really just, I don't know, it just, can you imagine if they did the same thing with the gun? Like, hey man, here's gun training. You got to shoot yourself like 5 times first. Know how it feels, so that way, you know, you'll think twice about it before you actually do it to someone else. All right, yeah, I know, I am just procrastinating the inevitable, aren't I? I was coming up with every story I could possible in order to avoid having to do these push-ups right now. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. All right, well, I'll take my shoes off. We're gonna go barefoot. I'll put my nunchucks away, because that part of the workout is done. Uh-oh. Are we still alive? Did my phone, did this thing crap out over here? Hello? Okay, good, now. Sorry, sometimes I'm using this monitor here and it's a little delayed. Thank you for the up hearts. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do 25. But I'll tell you what. If I do 50, will you guys give me a like? That'd be really cool. Here we go. I mean, not in one set. I'm going to do 2 sets. 2 sets of 25. Now I'm going to take this microphone off so you don't hear me heavy breathing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, goodness. Okay, so these scrawny little arms are going to get back in shape here. Woo. Lower. Man, those I can go, bro. Now I'm going to stretch out. All right. Count that 12.5. Okay, I'll take that. Hey man, I was only planning to do 10 today. So I did 25% more than I planned. Can I get a raise? Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Buenos dias. Hey guys. I don't know where everybody is, but oh, hey, bud.
Hey guys.
Uh-oh, let me mute this. So we get feedback. You got too much on your mind.
Love.
Joy hasn't even eaten her breakfast yet. He's still playing with the Caspi. Go barefoot again. Oh, really? Thank you. I got them done anyways. Man. It was pretty fun. I will have to admit that. Okay, here we go. We're gonna switch mics. Is there an echo when I do that? I think there's a slight delay on a couple of these mics. It's inevitable. Honestly. Can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Just turn off the color filter. Won't need that. That's for when you're outside. Okay. What do you think? I don't know, light or dark? Alright, hey guys, thanks for hitting all the likes. Look at that. Look at that. Trigger Man, does that sound in tune to you? Does that sound like it's in tune?
on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of eucalyptus rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. Had to stop for the night. Then she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle, showed me the way. There were voices down that corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. It's such a lovely place and a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California any time of year. You could find us here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She's got a Mercedes Benz. She's got a lot of pretty boys that she calls friends. How they danced in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, said bring me some wine. He said we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. But still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. And a lovely face. Giving it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise to bring you out. I'm just having a really bad deja vu right now, man. Sorry, I'm having a serious deja vu. It's so weird. Mirrors on the ceiling. There's pink champagne on ice, and she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. They stabbed it with the steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. The last thing I remember, running towards the door, I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, the program to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Sorry, man. I had to just drop a little shout out to my man, Glenn. Yeah, man. Those are good old times, you know. Yeah, we can do that one. Sure. Let's do. Sorry, man. I'm trying to do this from memory, okay? So, like by ear, you know what I mean? Old pirates, yes they. Okay. Might have to pull on my spectacles here. Might actually have to read because I you know. Old pirates, yes they rob I. They sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pits, but my hand remained strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward this generation triumphantly. So won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? You guys recognize the song? You guys know what it is? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Themselves can free our minds. And no fear for atomic energy. 'Cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. So won't you help to sing songs of freedom? It's all I ever have. Redemption songs. Redemption songs. Old pirates. Mark, we all know it's you, man. Oh, sorry, man. Old pirates, yes they rob I, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. How long shall they show our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. So won't you help to sing songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs. Yeah, okay. All right, my man. Well, you know. Starry Night? Starry. Who does Starry Night? There was a club in Portland, Oregon called the Starry Night. And there I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1986. And they just released their first like major studio album. They had an album before, but it didn't really get much press. The second one really hit. Power Ranger? Man. Which one? Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I saw him not only in 1986, but then I saw him again in when was that? 1988 maybe? Or was it 90? I can't remember, but I saw him again in Santa Barbara at my college. And it might have even been 87, I can't remember. But I saw him again in Santa Barbara, and that time it was even crazier because it was in our pub. It was at the UC pub. I went to UC Santa Barbara, and they had it in for those you don't know, I mean the pub. I mean, what's max capacity of a college pub? There probably 1,000, not even 1,000, like 500 people maybe 500. I mean, no, I mean it was crazy. Because and that's kind of like think when people talk about like okay, American Idol kind of ruined all that because there was this sort of thing like where like the bands that you heard on the radio that were coming up were bands that went out and did some serious legwork. Like they played these small clubs. They played these clubs with no promise of making it big. I mean, they're just trying to promote their album, trying to get it out there, hoping that they're going to, and you know, because they're playing, you know, college campuses. I mean, I think my ticket was $5. I mean, like, they can't be making like it brings in 500 people. They weren't looking at make money. They were out there. They were investing, getting people to hear their music, see their vibe, which I did, and we all did. And I brought people because I'd seen them in Portland. And when you see the Chili Peppers, you're like, whoa, what? And Flea, I mean, yeah, he was right there. He had his stuffed animal pants on. You know, Anthony had his hair was just flowing. There was nothing. There was no like security between us and them. It was just a stage that was a couple feet off the ground, if that. So, but the point is that they weren't these mega rock stars by the time you see them. Now today, people go like you go apply for a job like you do at American Idol. Like people line up 1,000 people. Hey man, I want to be the best singer. Well, guess what? You know, Flea might not be the best bass player in the world. You know, like if we're looking at actual talent for bass players, there's probably, you know, hundreds of other bass players that played way better than Flea. But what Flea had was this freaking energy, man, this desire to be famous, desire to be out there, desire to entertain, and he was a likable kid. You know, he's super likable. I mean, I only say that because, you know, I mean, I didn't meet the guy, but, well, I guess I did kind of, I mean, I don't know. What do you do? I mean, like when you kind of say, "Hey, man, what's up, dude? Great show." What is that? Is that a meet? Not really, but you know what I'm saying. You can just tell he was just likable, man. You know what I mean? Even after all those shows, you're tired, exhausted, you still want to give the guy a hug. And I don't even know him, you know. And so that sort of thing is what generated. So like when they finally put the song on the radio, like nationally. Of course, all of us in college and everybody that had seen the shows were like, yeah, and they just created this momentum that could only be done by someone going out and playing these shows one at a time. The other band to do that was the Jam. They did that as well, but that was like in the 70s. They like played 10 years before 10 years of playing clubs before they ever. I mean, so the point is that there's no promise back then, but today it's all corporate, and I think that's what Kurt Cobain was talking about before before his tragic death, was that corporate rock sucks. And what he's saying is that corporate rock is perfect, like it's good. Like in other words, I'm gonna hire the best singer. So I'm gonna get Katy Perry, and Jennifer Lopez, and Randy Jackson. I want them to interview 10,000 people, and out of that, I want the best singer. And I want to do the same thing for a guitar player. Same thing, and write songwriter, I'm going to hire the best. So I don't care how much money it costs. And we're going to come with the best music. Yeah, it's best music, man, but it's like, it lacks any soul, you know? And that's, I think that's why a lot of times when we'd go see bands, and certainly my parents, when they'd go see bands, not my mom, but my dad, like our parents would always say, "What is this trash? Oh, is that how you play guitar now? Is that supposed to be a good guitarist? Really?" Because I know a lot better guitarists than that. I mean, I literally remember people telling me that when I was saying, Angus Young is the best guitar player ever. Like, I didn't know anything about guitar playing, but I did know, man, he looked cool in his outfit, and the way he did that duck walk better than anybody ever in the history. You know what I'm talking about? That duck walk with the guitar? Look it up. Look up Angus Young's duck walk. And check it out, and you will see, like something that very few people could ever do. And so my point is, it wasn't so much about, it was like this energy coming out of Australia that I'd never seen. It was just sort of raw, sort of like, yeah. Looking back on it now, it was just blues with distortion. But man, first of all, blues is cool. Secondly, those guys died for their music, didn't they? I mean, come on, man, they gave it all up. So, kudos to those guys. AC/DC means power, and when I was a kid, they thought it was devil worship. Look, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone. Okay, anytime they start, okay, we got the same thing too. Queen, remember the band Queen, right? Okay, well, like when the kids start liking the music better than they like going to church, the church figured out ways to smear the rock bands, and the easiest way to do it was, well, once they figured out they were gay, that worked, but they had to convince people that gay was bad. So that kind of happened backwards. But the other thing that they did was that back in the day they went ahead and right, they would demonize all music, and they would say like that music, like they used to say Ozzy Osbourne music was satanic. I think they used the song Mr. Crowley as an example. So because who knows? It might not even it might not even in the church. It might have been Black Sabbath or somebody who's competing, or like another, who knows? But that's how they used to do it. Velocity. You paid $250. What'd you pay $250 for? Sitting by the dock of the bay. Sitting by the dock in the bay. I don't know, man. I got more of a thirst for metal at the moment. I just gotta kind of. I just got this. As much as I want to do some of that shit, sometimes I just get a thirst for metal. I just can only be satisfied by one thing. Let's try this one. Fruity titty titty. I need a little reverb. Yeah. What are we talking about again? Oh. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have my breakfast now. You guys want to see what I'm gonna have? Come on. I'll show you what I'm gonna have. How about? How's it going out there? Oh yeah, I'm almost done here. I'm just gonna have a little. I'm gonna show them I'm having a little of this. So, this is like a key. This is like the key to this thing. Joy doesn't like it as much, but she does it a little bit.
I love it. It's very fatty.
Joy says it's too fatty for her, but I'm telling you right now, if you have cravings for sugar, you can't make it, you cannot survive. You can't make it between meals doing this diet, and you have to have like a Snickers attack or something. Tell you what, get a crock pot, buy yourself some $3 bones, let it simmer all night, and then this is good all day. And every time you crave a Snickers bar, instead of having a Snickers bar, have yourself some bone broth. And what's going to happen is your nails, hair, and skin are going to start looking a hell of a lot better, and you're not going to eat the sugar.
I always have a little bit, but if I have the amount you do, it's too much.
Yeah, Joy eats. Joy just said she eats a little bit, but she doesn't eat nearly as much as I do.
Because it is very fatty.
Because it's super fatty. Okay, yeah, we got. Okay, you want? Come on, Trigger Man. Listen, Trigger Man. That's cool, man. But I didn't want to offend anyone. I didn't know you were cool with that. I mean, I know you're cool with me and all that. I just didn't want to impose anything, But sure, let's go smoke some weed. Oh, I gotta have some of this though. So this is what we have. So this is what it is. This is what it looks like. It's saltless, and it just tastes like if you took if you boiled a rock. If you boiled a rock, and boiled a rock and then took out any salt that the rock might have in it, because rock has minerals.
I think it tastes good.
I think it tastes delicious too.
I like the way it tastes.
But you flavor it though. You do something special to it.
Oh, I just put some Italian seasoning in there.
Can we order? Can you put that on the list, please? 'Cause we're gonna run out while you're gone.
Yeah, we need Italian seasoning.
Yeah, bathroom.
That works great.
I love it, dude. Dibs on the book name for that, okay? Right? I mean, I'll split it with you, but I get credit. Got it? Oh, the book's gonna be called Bathroom Bone Broth. Fantastic. I feel like when Joy's gone, I'm gonna feel like well, shit, she's gone. I might as well. I got a hall pass. I mean, don't you think? I mean, so I'm gonna be like, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll hit the strip. But I don't want to. Okay. If I go out, the thing is, if I go out, people like it's weird if you don't drink. So I have to drink, and if I drink, then the problem is the same problem that Joy has. Kicks you out of ketosis, makes you feel fat, and I don't know if that's what I want to do.
The burgers are delicious, by the way.
Even a little bit cold.
Yeah, I like it that way.
Oh, I'm sorry I made him so early.
That was really good.
But Annette was ready for her steak.
You did a very handsome day.
Thank you. My wife is full of compliments, by the way. She used to be a cheerleader. I don't know if she told you that. And it makes a lot of sense because where's Casper? He must be in bed.
He's not under there. Under the chair.
No, he must have split. Do you want to say hi? Go have my lunch now. I enjoyed my day. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
New day, y'all. Turn me up a little bit.
Maybe now you're gonna hear this one. Sun shining. Yo.
I don't hate players. I love the game. I'm a shot clock, way above the game.
Be played.
You can show the little shorties how you pump a thing.
The dog.
Not to death, I'm not impressed, I'm not amused, I'm not confused, I'm not to do. I'm a grown man business, I am not in school. Put your hand down, youngin', this is not for